of what it's all about. You know what I mean? Are you into that kind of stuff?
I'm into Deadpool, like I'm not a huge Marvel guy in general. Like I wasn't a big Avengers guy, but I kind of like I was a Spider-Man Tobey Maguire guy. They kind of lost me once the Avengers came around. I'll be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
Wasn't necessarily my thing. I like Deadpool because it's like Deadpool is playing Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's a lot of fun. I saw someone the other day poking fun at what Ryan Reynolds has done in his career, and like you look at his filmography, and he hasn't like. It's kind of a weird one. He does pick shitty movies, but also he's just not. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't need these huge Hollywood blockbusters like Your Oceans and all that kind of stuff. He's not Brad Pitt.
Yep.
He's Ryan Reynolds, and he makes people laugh, and that's what he does in this movie. And it's fantastic.
Canadian.
And he's a lot of Canadian references in there. I'll
Really?
give one spoiler to everyone. For some reason, Saskatoon gets brought up in the movie. Well, I know why, but it kind of made sense. But yeah, Saskatoon got brought up. But either way, that's what I got up to last night, and I went on my own. You ever go to the movies on your own? Have you ever?
No, I don't think so.
It's
I've gone to dinner alone before. I did that when I was out in Lloydminster.
I've done that before too, yeah.
And I used to feel weird about that, but not really. It's get some good people watching. I like to tend to sit at the bar. And then you get to
every time you go out on your own,
bartender.
you have to sit at the bar.
Yeah.
You have to sit at the bar.
Yeah, it would be weird to sit at a table, actually.
If
I think about that.
yeah.
What I did last night, Liam, I'm crushing a new show. Presumed Innocent, Jake Gyllenhaal on Apple TV.
Oh.
8 episodes. I crushed it so fast in 48 hours. One of those shows, you just can't put them down. It's all you can think about.
Yeah.
I stayed up till like 2 a.m. last night because I needed to finish it because I needed to know what was going to happen. I couldn't sit here right now, but yeah, it's a little light there in the news world right now.
It's a few comments here. Mike D said, "Man, I don't remember the last time I went out for dinner not by myself." Come on. Someone go out for dinner with Mike.
Yeah, come hang.
What's this guy's name? Oh, or is it? Psychos 15. Wolverine is technically a Canadian character. Yeah, he is. He is from Banff, I believe.
Yeah,
it is.
somewhere up north. In the very first one, he's out in the snow.
Yes, he is.
Also, Darian, I've watched Blackbird. It's awesome.
Blackbird, another one that's getting brought up here. Okay, there's one. We have some Oilers to get to today. There's some talk on one of the Savoys again, re-signed somewhere else, unfortunately, not in Edmonton. We're going to do a tier list. Zach, if you're watching, I know you submitted your request of us doing ranking the jerseys around the NHL right now, but they kind of have all changed, and it's difficult to put together. So we've modified it a little bit, but your inspiration is still involved in it. And then we're also going to grade Mattias Ekholm. And then we got Erik Sabrowski. For people who don't know, Erik Sabrowski plays AAA ball now, I believe, at least AA ball in the Cleveland Guardians organization. He played for the Edmonton Prospects before they were the Hawks. And I once saw him hit a home run in a playoff game. It was amazing. He was a fantastic player. He was probably the Prospects' best batter and best pitcher at the same time. Do you got some info on him?
I'm just looking this up, but I don't know if this is AAA. It says 2024 MILB. He's played 27 appearances, 3.6 ERA, 35 innings with 59 strikeouts.
Wow.
What?
Not bad.
That's like 2 strikeouts an inning.
He is he's a very good player, and he's a very good guy. Loves the Oilers.
Triple-A.
He's from Edmonton too. He's not just a guy who played on the Riverhawks and we're kind of keeping him around. He's from Edmonton. Loves the Oilers. We see him around here every so often. Usually, actually more around the winter time, obviously, because he's a baseball player, funnily enough. So yeah, we see him around then. But there's one thing I wanted to address before we get too deep into it, and it's obviously the tragedy that happened in Jasper these past couple of days. Just awful to see the images come out, and obviously the build up to it as well, and just the anticipation of I hope they can kind of get this thing under control and not have it hit the town. And by the sounds of it, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I believe unfortunately a lot of the houses were burnt down there.
I think it's more the south side.
Yeah, kind of not so much the tourist side of it, which I don't think it's good to have anything burned down, but in that scenario you probably want those to, I guess, if not to compare the two, but just awful. I think everyone in the chat if has a memory of going to Jasper. I remember when I came to Canada Jasper was one of the first mountain town I ever went to. My family would go there every single winter, every single summer. It's the first time I skied was in Canada. Was at Marmot Basin.
Yep.
My girlfriend and I love going to Jasper. We went to the JPL not too long ago, and then obviously we always do the pond hockey tournament in Jasper as well. And it's just a fantastic little town, and it really
with some of the nicest people. Also, hey, I'm here. You can see me today with some of the nicest people, the nicest views. Just absolutely gut-wrenching stuff that happened. You don't wish that upon your worst enemies. And if you want to help Liam, boom.
Yeah, you can go to nationgear.ca right now, and we're collecting donations for Jasper, and you can also buy a t-shirt with the same design. I believe Erik put it together. So shout out Erik yesterday for coming up with this great idea. The jerseys, the t-shirts are $40. All proceeds are going to Jasper Community Team and Society, and they'll kind of distribute the money the way they deem fit, I guess you can say, for a scenario like this. But you can get them right now, and even if you don't want to buy the shirt, like I said, it's $40. Proceeds go to this Jasper Community Team Society. You can just place a donation to. I think anything is just helpful right now to help those people
There's a lot
out.
of Jasper people in Edmonton now at those shelters. You see all the restaurants being like, you can come get a free meal. You got to like that.
Exactly. It's, you hate remembering stuff, but it is very much feels like when the Fort McMurray tragedy happened too a few years ago. And thankfully that community was able to kind of come back through and get to the other side of it. I just put a link in our YouTube chat of where you can go to take a look at the shirts and donate if you like to. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of you will. I know I'm going to buy a few of them. They're actually sick t-shirts.
Let me pull that back up again. Just look at that.
Like obviously a great cause, but also what a sick design. And next time you get to go to Jasper, which I know we'll all probably try and go as soon as we can to try and bump a little bit more life back into that place.
I believe there was a bunch of firefighters coming from Mexico.
Yeah.
That were out at the airport. So you gotta like that. North America.
Yeah.
Stand tall.
It's great. I have a couple of friends that work in the wildfire, and the work they do is insane.
And, dude, it felt like this year it was, it wasn't really smelling smoke, at least Edmonton wise, until like July 20 range, something like that. Cause we had all that rain to start the year. And right now, it looks like it's catching up with us. Yeah,
it is. Like we were kind of complaining about the weather to start the show here, but it is good that we do get a bit of rain here. You'd like a little bit of sunshine spotted in, but yeah, it was kind of. Actually the craziest part, aside from obviously what happened, was watching the news broadcasters who were out there doing a great job of covering everything and keeping everyone informed. Was if you watch those videos back, you can literally see like ash falling from the sky. And it's just like,
I watched one of those videos. It was like, I think it was the Ryan Jesperson video doing like the drive-by through Jasper. And then it was like Google Maps next to it, showing it what it should look like normally. That is what hit me hard. And I was like, oh my God, like these people lost their homes down to the ground. Like everything was gone. So hearts are out with them. Buy a shirt.
Yeah, go buy a shirt, go place a donation, go help volunteer somewhere if you have to. I think I'm going to try and do that. But anyway, let's kind of move on to the Oilers stuff. And we're gonna take a look at Mattias Ekholm, which is brought to you by Spring Financial. Unexpected expenses always show up. Car breaks down, home needs repair, kids need a new hockey stick. Guess what? You can borrow money for those unexpected expenses right now from your phone and receive an e-transfer within hours. Spring Financial offers personal loans from $500 up to $35,000 with no stress and no branch visits ever. Apply in 3 minutes at springfinancial.ca/ONE. That's springfinancial.ca/ONE.
Looking for the fastest personal loan in Canada? Well, look no further. Spring Financial offers fully online personal loans with zero stress and no need for branch visits. But don't take our word for it.
Thank you. Thank you, Spring Financial.
Thank you very much.
Spring Financial is the best.
Apply today at springfinancial.ca.
Spring Financial is the best.
Thank you, Spring Financial.
Thank you, Spring Financial. Okay, this should be a pretty easy Mattias Ekholm grading, to be honest. But before we even get to it, can we get some likes on this video, people? Let's get a couple of likes for in here if you're liking this stuff.
Here. Let's bump that up.
I know we're just getting into the Oilers talk, just shy of 10 minutes in, but we had some business to get to.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine and Jasper are very important. So let's get into it. Mattias Ekholm's grading on the season. I mean, pretty straightforward, I think. Great season for him. Actually, career year. Also, plus 44. I think that was right, because that seems crazy now that I'm looking at it. but
he was
plus
they talked about
44
it all year. How since he's joined the Oilers of last season,
crazy. Plus 44 on the season, 11 goals, 34 assists, 45 points, 79 games played. I mean, regular season, he was fantastic throughout, solidified himself as the best all-round defenseman on the Oilers. Playoff grade. Yeah, playoff grade A was really, really good in the Vancouver series. I think we would have liked to have seen a bit more offensive production in the conference and Stanley Cup final. But either way, came through in pivotal moments for them. Chance of staying 100%.
Absolutely. As a man who knows double A's myself, get it? Aaron. Dude, Ekholm, absolute stud. I was curious. I remember all year I thought he was going to set his new career high in goals, which I want to say he did. Somebody correct me.
He did. Career high across the board.
Yeah,
besides assists, sorry.
Okay, but points and goals. So it was incredible to watch him. You know what you get with Ekholm, right? Coming into this year, you're going to get physical, mean, guy can stop a rush, guy can bang bodies down low, handle a forecheck. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see all these goals coming this year in the middle of the season, the way they were, the bombs from the point, the fact that Ekholm doesn't play top power play minutes. Sure, he does get some PP2 time, and he scored a couple goals that way. But man, oh man, I didn't know he had some of this offensive touch that he showed this season. So at the age he's at right now, that you kind of saw that get unleashed. Granted, you play on this roster, you're probably going to start scoring some goals. I like that. So I'm curious to think of what his stat projections could be next season. Do you think he gets double-digit goals again? Because I don't know. It's like I saw it, but he's not known for that production.
Double-digit goals. I'm going to say yes, because he does play with those guys often. I think he could.
I think he might have found something this year that he's like, I'm going to rip the puck more.
Yeah. I mean, 34 years old, typically those guys don't continue to rise. Like we spoke about Derek Ryan already with his grade and being, I know, very different players, but just the age factor does come into it a little bit. But also look at the players that the Oilers have brought in this season. You would expect them to score more goals than they did the year prior, right? So I think Ekholm and many other guys will probably have career years again. I mean, I don't see him getting more than 50, so maybe I'll put my projection at 48 for him on the season.
48 points?
I think he'll get like 9 to 12 goals, something like that. But I can see his assists hitting let's say 47 assists.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. 37 assists, 37, 38 assists. I was reading the points.
Okay, I was like, that's quite the jump up. Yeah, I think it'll be slightly better than 45. If he hits 50 points, I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great year. I mean, you can't. Ekholm is an A grade across the board. Totally. No matter what, even walking down the street, he's an A+ grade or an A grade.
But there was an interesting comment here from
Jay
Willio. I don't know. The beard is a C-.
That's the most ridiculous thing.
Are you talking about my beard or his beard?
Well,
Can we get a close up?
You are kind of growing a beard.
Can we get a close up on this? Look at that little thing. I brush this once a week. Yeah, if I brush it anymore, it might fall out.
I've never seen you grow it out that much.
I know. I just kind of started happening when I was away in Kelowna, and I'm going to give it a go. Is that? This is less than a month, about 3 weeks.
Nice.
You can probably tell.
That's good. Let's go.
Pretty shit.
Boardsy will never become Beardsy. I don't know if Boardsy's ever going to become Beardsy.
I don't know. I wanted to get a feel.
We're getting sidetracked.
Here's a poll. Should I keep the beard on now? The mustache has really been solidified in there. Lance said, I'd rub my fingers through Liam's beard if you let me. Well, he'll never get the chance. Sorry, Lance.
I might have the chance, so I'll let you know how it is.
Lance. Mainlander Tim is in and says, Ekholm is Markov to Bouchard's Subban. Yeah, they were good.
And arguably better, but that's a pretty good comparison.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. Chris is in and said, A across the board for Eki. I mean, it's hard to argue against it, isn't it?
Has anybody said anything else that isn't A's? I don't think I see a single person.
Yeah, let us know if you have any other thoughts outside of that. I mean, like I said, I think his production did fall off a little bit after the Vancouver series, which is funny because he was quite sick in that series. But either way, he found a way to he's just productive without scoring. And I think that's just kind of in his career, right? And we've seen this different level of him, a level that we didn't expect when we acquired him. but everyone's been so happy with it. It's the best trade. Is this the best trade in the last 3 years in the NHL?
Yeah. I don't know what would be better.
I don't know what would be better.
Like, for what you gave up when you think of, and
Yes,
I love
for
Reed
both
Schaefer.
sides.
I love me some ginger beef. I don't know if that has the same value today as it did on the date when the trade was made. You think sure there's a first round pick with it as well. But what he's come in and done, it was the need the Oilers needed was a big, tough, mean number one defenseman who can play 25 minutes a night. And the fact we acquired one with length still on his deal to be a part of this and be the father to Evan Bouchard to bring him along, this couldn't have worked any better. For me, A+.
That's what Chris kind of said again here too. Even as a leader and what he's done for Bouchard has been fantastic. Bo said, Ekholm is a Stark, a true Northerner. Yeah, he's he really is. I'm trying to think.
Have you ever seen the show Vikings?
No, I haven't.
He could
be in that show. I don't want to say he's Ned Stark because Ned died. Yeah. Is he? And Rob died too. Maybe he's Jon Snow. Maybe he's our Jon Snow. A couple of comments about my beard, actually.
Yeah, they're talking beard.
Mainlander Tim said, "How do we send Liam some oil?" I don't know. Send it to Dog Patch.
Send it to Dog Patch. Yeah, they'll give it to us.
What's this guy's name? 6-string McGee. A- beard. Liam brushing, looking good, but could have a bit more volume. Buddy, if I had some volume to give, I'd just be showing up.
I like how we're not grading Ekholm. We're just grading beards now.
Yeah.
We're just grading beards. Don't grade mine.
Here's one from Mainlander Tim again. Very active in the chat today, Tim. Winnipeg, PLD trade to LA, possibly the best trade. I think that was the best trade for every team but the LA Kings in the Western Conference.
And it's like, that is a very good trade, but it's...
for Winnipeg, it was good. Winnipeg, but also, I mean, what I'm putting into this idea as well is the success the Oilers have been able to have with all of this. Like,
since Ekholm's joined,
they went to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Winnipeg made it out the first round. Didn't make it out the first round.
Chris has a question here. I like the choice of word. Could have been better, but could you see Ekholm move to a line with Broberg to groom him? Maybe that's the word I would have chose differently.
No, because I think him and Bouchard are too good together. And I think if they wanted to do that, they might have even experimented it a little bit more in the playoffs. They would change it up a lot in the playoffs to try and get Nurse going. But they never, ever put him with Bouchard.
If Ekholm wasn't still at the top of his game and maybe you saw a little bit of decline, I could see that happen.
Yeah.
But he's way too valuable, needs to play 25 a night, 24 a night, whatever, on that
top plays minutes.
Bouchard. He needs to play those minutes. And no, I love Broberg, but I can't throw him into that Bouch spot.
Oh, oops. No, I completely agree. I don't think you can do that. And also, it depends on Nurse, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if Nurse actually comes out and has a strong start to the season like he did last year.
He did last year. Thank you.
Maybe you can.
Nurse for Norris. Remember that?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you can push it in that direction.
And once again, it's going to be an eye test of what does Broberg look like in that first sample of games throughout the year. Does he look erratic all over the place? And you need to pair him with Mattias Ekholm to do that. But from what we saw of Broberg in the playoffs, erratic's not a word I'm using for that guy. He looked like an NHL veteran zipping cross ice or full ice sheet breakaway passes. I like where Broberg's at, even if he plays with Darnell Nurse.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Broberg for Norris.
Broberg for Norris. So I think that's good for our player grade on him. The one other piece of news coming out today, and I just want to make sure I get the right team.
Konechny sign a huge deal?
Travis Konechny, but Carter Savoy
Oh,
signed away after getting released by the Edmonton Oilers. There was some talk, and I think Tyler said it on the show, so I'll say it again, that they were trying to get him back on an American League deal, but he wanted a pro, like a make sure he had like a bit of NHL in there, and he ended up actually going to Finland, playing for TPS on a one-year deal. Last season, he scored 10 goals, 12 assists, 63 games. Didn't receive his qualifying offer. No longer at Edmonton Oilers. I'm a bit bummed about that because he's a Sherwood Park Crusaders alumni. Great kid. His brother's now here, so that would have been nice to see him kind of get that opportunity to play with him, but it wasn't meant to be. So all the best to Carter over in Europe. I don't know a lot about this. I've heard about this.
That just
team.
means he'll be in the moss pit with the rest of us come a couple years from now.
He can be, yeah.
Could happen. Yeah. Could happen.
I'm trying to look at their roster quickly and see if there's any former NHLers.
That's what I do every time when I see a player goes to some other don't know what league or anything. You go, okay, well, who else has gone there so you can know the level of it, maybe.
Not really too many. Not anyone else really is a prospect from LA, Otto Salin, and then there's another prospect from Buffalo. I don't know how to say that guy's name, so I'm not going to try it. But he is currently the only Canadian on the team. So interesting. I wonder.
There are Americans on the team?
No. Oh, sorry. There was one other Canadian, Aiden Dudas.
Of course.
Yeah. Good Aiden Dudas from Perry Sound, Ontario. They have it. All right. Well, I think that's basically all the Oilers news I have for you all today.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. The only other thing that I saw that was of note is this for next season.
Oh yeah, Zach mentioned this.
It's not a shocker when you play in the Pacific Division, but
well, there's one road trip the Oilers have, and they play Seattle and then Boston on the road, and like and there's one day, there's a travel day in between.
So the bottom of the list is New Jersey Devils with 31,080.
Well, because
kilometers.
Either way, like
miles,
they just so many teams are close to them on. Philly, both New York teams are right there. Like I don't think Ohio's too far away from New Jersey, so you got Columbus.
It's basically, everybody in the metro. It goes Washington, Philly, New York, Islanders, Rangers, Buffalo, Columbus. Oh, there it is. Ottawa, Pittsburgh, New Jersey. So yeah, basically every one of them.
The Olympics is going on right now. The opening ceremony is kind of flying through here. We were watching it a bit before we came on. Pretty cool idea. The first time ever they've not done it in a building, I believe, the opening ceremonies. And there was some people running down the side of the Seine with the torch. And
well, they're dancing right now.
They're dancing, are they? Snoop Dogg, I believe.
I don't know if it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but did I see a guy shoot a flaming arrow into the Olympic cauldron?
Yes, I believe so.
That was sick.
Imagine if you miss.
Dude, that's all I could think about the whole time. That's the most pressure you could ever have on you. You think shooting a free throw is hard with the game on the line? What about the Olympic ceremony? And you're staring at it, and it was very far away.
Very far.
And he nailed it. So sick.
So yeah, hopefully the Olympics will be fantastic. Kind of crappy news coming about the Canadian women and like this, the drone gate we'll call it. It's just disappointing. It's so un-Canadian.
It's so un-Canadian. And like you think of the Olympics and it comes with pedigree that's like respected, whatnot.
Yeah.
Not cheating. Granted, if you're Russia, boom, 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 nice, snuck that one in there. But I don't know. It was very weird watching some of the interview. I think it was the interview with the captain. I watched it.
Yesterday,
it was just awkward and felt painful. But as I said, I'm a New England Patriots fan. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
There you go. Okay, let's get into
that's my take.
Let's get into the tier list, which is brought to you by Sherwood Ford. Tired of dealership hassle? Sherwood Ford in Sherwood Park is all about convenience and upfront pricing with their giant deal program. Get clear, no-nonsense pricing in new and used Fords online with all incentives included. Plus, enjoy the ease of mobile service, free pickup and delivery, and same-day or next-day service appointments. There you go.
The Giant.
Someone just said Liam in the chat. Jake. Yes. Oh. What does that say?
Pardon? Any comment on being considered as top choice for Nation Blood Boy?
I have no idea what that means.
Well, any comment?
That is my comment. What the heck are you talking about?
I don't know.
Let's get into
just right
yeah, explain yourself. Okay, let's do the tier list. So Zach, I don't think you're in here today, but maybe I'll listen later on. Zach sent me a DM the other day, and someone else did too, and I'm going to try and do that one next week. I actually didn't even read it yet, so I don't know what it is. But Zach wanted us to go through and tier list the jerseys around the NHL. I went to try and do it, but it was a bit confusing about what was new, what wasn't new with the new Fanatics deal from what was Adidas. And the NHL website, NHL shop, was disaster. to say the
I
least.
also don't want to rank Fanatics jerseys. I don't want to give them any support.
Yeah, so there was some good ones. On Real Life yesterday, Pat, Puff, and Liam. What does that say? Would be his preferred
blood boy.
Who's Jake? Who is this?
What is Nation Blood Boy?
This is a Wanye. This has Wanye written all over it, isn't it?
Listen to Real Life.
I guess I'll have to. I listen every week. So yeah, we instead of doing the NHL jerseys today, we're gonna look at just jerseys through the Oilers. I don't know when this started. I don't know how far it goes back. I just found it. But here are the categories: La Bomba, beautiful, nice. Does that say blah?
Blah.
And then Decade of Darkness. So the Decade of Darkness, obviously the worst category.
Yeah.
La Bomba the best. So I think we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, probably about 26 jerseys here that we're going to quickly go through. We'll put some polls out. If there's one in there that you really, really like, please comment in the chat which one you're into, because I'm not a huge jersey person. I'm doing this for Zach because he sent me a message and I asked people to. And then we'll go from there. Erik's not happy with this one. FFS. Sorry, Erik. Play along.
Sorry, Erik.
Okay, the first one. This was a road jersey.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of this one.
I hate this one.
I'm going to put this one in Decade of Darkness.
Decade of Darkness. It also reminds me of the Decade of Darkness. So
just not a lot of character to it.
I hated the lines, dude. The lines. Like it kind of made them look slimmer. I'm going to be honest with you.
I love a good white jersey. That ain't it.
Do you own a lot of white jerseys?
My soccer team, Bolton Wanderers. When I was growing up, all we had was white and England playing white. So a lot of my soccer jerseys are white, but I don't have any white hockey jerseys.
That's funny. I am have 0 white jerseys. I have 40 jerseys, but you just said that. I have a Real Madrid white jersey. White jersey. Bordato's from Spain.
Is that a Spanish name?
Yeah.
There you go.
And hey, who won the Euros?
I forgot. Anyway, next one. I actually quite like this one. I don't know what year this is from. I'm going to put it in nice. It is a very iconic looking Oilers jersey. Don't think it's anything special, but it's got a little bit to it.
I like this one, but it's not beautiful to me. I think you got that right at nice. I think I'm going straight at the nice.
Yeah.
It's like the copper is the copper there. It's not like orange, kind of what it is now. I miss the old copper.
Yeah.
Speaking of, the next one.
You like that one?
That's La Bamba for me.
Okay, put it in there.
That one is, this one right here is without a doubt. I think this is besides the one that follows it, was my favorite jersey. When I still play Chell, I'll put them in these ones. I love seeing McDavid wear this one. What do you think about this one?
I like this one. I mean, it was the first. Was this the first jersey? No, they went back to this one, right? I think in 2010 they had the Blues, and then they ended up going back to this one. Or maybe they just had it as a third jersey or something. Because Taylor Hall has worn that jersey. I believe I've seen him play in that one. Maybe I'm very wrong. Maybe I'm thinking.
I haven't seen Taylor Hall wear that one. But once again,
let me know.
Let us know.
Taylor Hall, Navy Oilers jersey.
Let me know. When did this one go away? Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, he did wear it.
Okay, he did.
Yeah, he did briefly.
Just in my dreams.
I think he did. I can buy one online with that same color. I'm 99% sure he did.
I think everybody's agreeing. This is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next one too. I mean, I think everyone wants this one back in the rotation at some point. The others have tried to do it and actually did a pretty good job, which we'll get to later on in this as well. One of the best. Very unique style jersey. A lot of fun.
So many good memories in there. What is
memories,
it? Todd McFarlane?
Yeah, the McFarlane jersey.
He made Spawn, I believe, or something like that. He's not Seth MacFarlane. He didn't make Family
Not
Guy.
Seth MacFarlane.
He's the other guy. He's the other guy.
Wise Kyle said, "That's hot." Yes, it is, Kyle. Yes, it is.
That is.
Kyle loves jerseys. He is. He's got a lot of comments thrown out here. Ryan S said, "Where is he there? Love the dark blue with the oil gear. It doesn't look too bad."
It's unreal.
Okay, what do we got next, Aaron?
This one.
Okay, I love this one.
I do too.
This was a reverse retro from a few years ago. I'm not going to put it in La Bamba because I think La Bamba has to have a bit of historicness to it, I guess you could say.
Make you feel a certain way.
This is a beautiful jersey, though.
I don't have any memories with this yet.
Because I think the thing with this one, wasn't it the COVID year that they used this?
No.
Or the Canadian division year.
Yeah, maybe.
That was it. Yeah, I think that was it. So it was
It's just clean, man. It looks clean.
Like there wasn't a lot of people walking around in it. Like you didn't see everyone in it, right? There was never those vibes with it. So it's a beautiful looking jersey. Unfortunately, it didn't get the shelf life it probably deserved. These next white ones for the Oilers, I think they're nice, solid, kind of similar, but I do like how the blue comes down the shoulder a little bit more, but it's not overwhelming.
I'm not gonna lie. So this one here, let me zoom in so they can see this a little bit better. I'm a blah for this.
You're a blah
with me in this. I was not a huge fan of these.
Because this isn't the current one, right?
No.
Isn't it? The current roads? It's either that one or the second one over and down. That one. I can't remember. I think that's the one.
No, it's because isn't the modern away one more blue instead of that like navy?
Let's have a look. Either way,
you'd think we'd know.
Let's make a poll in the chat on that one.
Okay.
Oilers road jersey. I think nice. You think blah.
Yeah. Okay. How do I word that one? That one.
Yeah, that one. Everyone knows. Nice or blah. Oh, Zach is in. Welcome, Zach. Bordsy is right. He's on the blah. I haven't put anything in blah. Maybe I'm not harsh enough on this one, but I think
you said that away one.
Okay,
I swear they'll get it.
We'll see.
They'll know what I mean. We'll leave that there. We'll let that one marinate.
Okay, so now we have this one. Iconic colors. Good moments with McDavid in this one. La Bamba?
I think I'm between beautiful and La Bamba.
I think so. I think La Bamba because that is the current home jersey, right?
To me, what's the difference between this one and the one below
it? The shoulders, the color orange.
Ah, it is.
I think.
Yep. No, they look like they're different colors of orange. You're right.
I think it's La Bamba. I think that's the jersey they just went to the Stanley Cup final in.
So,
yeah,
I mean,
that'll help.
You kind of have to do that. I think.
That next white one, it's kind of busy.
I'm not. Yeah. I like this version of it way more.
Yeah, maybe a blah for that one then.
Every time I look at that jersey, I think like Steve Stais. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What's going on in my head? This one, it's got like that cream color to it that's not like necessarily white. You know what I mean? And I don't like that.
I think I'm blah too. Yeah. The white ones are so blah.
We named these categories absolutely perfectly. Okay, now this orange one, that was the rookie Connor McDavid one, right?
Yeah.
I got this one when we won the draft lottery. My old ex-girlfriend, shout out. Miss you, love you. She got me that.
I love you, Pookie.
Pookie. She got me that before we'd even drafted him. So to me, it's not in La Bamba, but it does emotionally make me feel things. But I just don't really like the orange.
I think it could be La Bamba.
When I think Connor, I think
the first season in that jersey, last season at Rexall.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think so.
You played at Rexall totally. Yeah, because they had the goal against
Columbus. They were
Columbus
orange in the playoffs in that 2017.
But I think that's the next one.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think these next two are La Bamba.
What do we know here?
People keep saying just pylons.
Pylons. Next one. The next one's the 20. Okay, that's what he's talking about. Okay, this to me, I don't think it can be La Bamba.
Okay, then that one's beautiful.
Is it beautiful? Actually, now that I say that out loud, it's either La Bamba or bust, kind of. Should we pull it up? I
think both are La Bamba. Because it's the historic Oilers jerseys.
I can get down with that. That away one, they have voted as blah.
Okay.
It is now officially voted as blah. Let me end that poll. This one.
Lance couldn't disagree more with Liam on the orange.
We'll let her marinate. We'll come back to
it. Okay, we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to it. So what about this one now?
Well, that one's La Bamba.
This is La Bamba?
Because the Oilers made the playoffs in that jersey. There's very iconic moments in it. Clefbaum goal, Cassian doing his thing. Just the orange crush in general of Rogers Place. Pretty cool. Tim put Orange Crush was a horrible idea to try and steal something from Denver. Maybe, but also something else that came from that was the birth of the Moss Pit because remember they tried to put everyone inside Ford Hall, but it was just very unsafe after a while. And thankfully for the OEG, the Oilers didn't make it much further, so they didn't have to worry about it. So I'm going to give it that. Remember, people, La Bamba is, yes, the look of the jersey, but it's also the moments in that jersey as well. And that jersey in the history of the Oilers is kind of iconic.
You just kind of got me fired up right there. You got me. No, yeah, that stays in La Bamba. Okay, the next one.
So many people hate it. Sorry. Sorry.
Vehemently disagree. Okay, they really don't like it.
That's fine. You guys can have your say on another one. Okay, this next one, very iconic Oilers jersey. Is that the one they won? Is that the Stanley Cup winning one? Or is that the next blue one? Someone let me know.
Somebody who's older than me, let me know. It looks like it's just a different variation of orange and blue.
Yeah.
To me, that's beautiful.
Okay,
I see Wayne Gretzky in there. I see Mess. It was before my time. So to me, that one's just beautiful.
But I think so too. Hope is a 4-letter word. Put in the chat. Terrible jersey reminds me of Chiarelli and Lucic.
That is a good point.
That is a good point.
See, I would rather put the one orange at the bottom here I'm circling. I would put that one more in La Bamba than I would this.
Which one, sorry?
This one at the bottom that we're waiting on.
Yeah.
I would put that in La Bamba over this one. But that's a strong point about Lucic.
Yeah, but I just like to think of the good memories.
Yep, no, yeah.
They always made the playoffs. Lucic was actually good that year. He had 20 goals.
Okay, this next. Okay, what do we do with this one?
Nice.
Nice. Miss Stevenson. This one, that's the older version, right? This looks similar to this one right here. Kind of blah. It's once again, it's here. Let me zoom in a little.
I think it's nice. I zoomed in on my screen.
It's got a little cream color to it.
Let's put that one in nice. They went for something different with the cream, or they just didn't wash it very well. Yeah. One of the two.
Sweat equity.
Sweat equity, yes. That next one, iconic Oilers shirt. I think it's just gonna go next to beautiful. Actually, no. Put that one in La Bamba. We gotta have something from retro.
Yeah, I guess, right?
One of those.
It's like it is the same jersey as this one right here. It's just a different color schemes in the more modern version.
Yes.
But that is, I think Oilers, I think those. First thing that pops my head. This is an interesting one. To go with the new orange. I'm a huge fan of the oil drop. Best jersey we've ever made. Arguably one of the best jerseys ever made in professional sports. I was so stoked on them bringing it back. I did like a couple tinges of orange, but I really disliked the orange in the oil drop. I hated that part of it.
I think it's nice.
Yeah, I could get down with that.
I don't think it's blah, and definitely not Decade of Darkness. No. But I think it's blah. Sorry, nice, not blah.
Yeah, and I don't think I can go beautiful.
No, I don't think it's beautiful. I think it's nice. Okay, this next one, I hated these jerseys. I just thought they were so boring. And
I kind of liked them.
They wore them so much.
Yeah, they kind of overdid it. I like it now as like a third. Like, let's say if you did it like you do with the oil drop ones. A good Friday night at home. You bust those bad boys out. It's like you dress them for a funeral. Get all angry and stuff.
Let me know in the chat what you think of this one. I think it's blah. I think it was just lame, very boring.
Blah. Okay, I'm getting
they overused it. Liam's on an island. That Navy jersey is beautiful. Alberta said. Mike D said the dark blue jersey is my favorite. I don't know.
Navy jerseys are La Bamba. Wow. Yeah, this chat does not agree with anything you've got today. I also like these. I like these.
Zach put McDavid had so many good moments in the Canadian division with that jersey. I have to disagree. Sorry. Give it a nice, in my opinion. Sergeant Battle, favorite jersey. Dan, Navy's a nice. The dark practice jerseys. Okay, we'll give the people what they want.
Let's put it nice.
No.
Beautiful. You want La Bamba? I cannot put this in La Bamba.
I think beautiful. Well, give the people beautiful.
I'll take beautiful. I cannot put this in La Bamba.
I think it's blah. Well, you guys are lucky that last category isn't called anything else but Decade of Darkness, because it would have gone there.
I also realized that we should make every tier list. The bottom tier should be tiered Jack Campbell.
Yeah.
It should just every one of them should be called that.
Okay,
this orange one.
I like this one more than the other orange ones that we've had. I just think the colors aren't as like vibrant, and I think it's dulled down a little bit. I think it's
not as aggressive.
Not as aggressive. I have this jersey.
I'm calling this blah.
I'm saying nice or blah, so I'll give you this. McDavid scored the beauty against New York in the orange one. People just keep calling them pylon jerseys. No bueno. I kind of liked that pylon jersey. It's TBH blah. Said Sergeant Battle.
It's blah. See, the reason the other one's in nice is I do like the classic orange and blue. I don't like that this was a different color orange and a different color.
Okay.
Not even blue. I don't even know what that's navy, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not colorblind.
Okay.
Next one to me that
I'm going to give that one nice. I like that they went away from a different kind of blue in the shoulders. It was kind of tidy.
Yeah,
nice.
I think nice as well, because when I look at what's in beautiful, I can't throw that in there.
That picture, the next one might be Philip Broberg, because that's all I think of for some reason in this jersey. Wow. So I'm just going to put, I don't know.
Like that is like the same as these, kind of.
It's a little bit different. Yeah, I'm going to say beautiful. I think
it's either beautiful or La Bamba. I think beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful is probably good.
Let's go beautiful.
Back
to these ones.
Decade of Darkness.
I did like this one more than the white one. Obviously, just it has more. And every time I see these, I think Cogliano and I think Gagne. Gagne doing a shootout.
Yeah, and I mean, they probably didn't win that shootout, unfortunately.
This is just looks like puke to me. This looks like puke.
It looks like the Winnipeg Jets. It's Decade of Darkness.
Terrible.
And that one, is that not the same?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is. But it deserves 2 spots up on the Bamba.
Throw it up there.
So there you go. What do you think we could have changed when I look
what would you have changed besides all of them, apparently? Because no one was happy with this. Mainlander Tim said, Liam, you're lucky you're not attending the Oilersnation Open because I'm enraged over the orange jerseys rankings, which will clearly last until preseason starts.
I don't think this one should be in La Bamba when I look at this orange one now. But it's already in there.
It's already in. There's no going back. People are explaining what Blood Boy is. Blood Boy is a young blood for billionaires. I don't know what young blood means. Isn't that a rapper?
Right over my head. Yeah,
I don't know.
That is a musician.
Yeah. People are asking where the Heritage Classic jerseys are. I didn't make this list. I just typed in Oilers jerseys, and this one came up on Tier Maker.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they are. Where would you put I would put the Heritage Classic ones in nice.
I wouldn't. I put them in blah.
I think they were great. I just think the moment was cool, but also.
And here's a question that has to be a stipulation with it: is it just a jersey, or do the pants come with it?
We'll just do jersey.
Okay, then the jersey's nice to me. It's the pants that piss me off.
Yeah, the pants.
There's no reason for it to be there.
And the fact that the NHL has
they used to wear, they didn't wear those leather ass hockey pants. They wore blue ones.
And the way the NHL has that rule, we have to wear 3 jerseys. The jersey 3 times is so dumb. So dumb. But anyway, let's kind of move on.
Good tier list.
The tier list here. Let us know if you think we needed to change anything on that list. We can't go back and change it, but you can let us know.
You can make your own. You can send it to me. I'll look at it.
Before we move on to our interview with Erik Sabrowski, let's talk about Betway quickly. With Betway, you can get a free bet up to $200 if your first bet loses. Create an account, scan the QR code on the screen, redeem your bonus, place a bet, no minimum amount required. And if your bet loses, you will be able to get a refund up to $200. You can use that money to bet on your favorite sports. The offer is only available outside of Ontario. The Olympics is going on. Go check out what Betway has to offer over there. Also, the Elks play this weekend at home against the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who also stink. Can the Elks do it?
Who's starting?
Probably McLeod, Bethel Thompson.
Not
should be Trey Ford, who actually wins football games.
I will start watching when they start playing him.
Me too.
I'll become an avid. I love football.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Canadian, American. Like this guy's cracking heads out there. Come on, it's gonna be good. But this is hard to cheer on this team.
It is, but if you're looking for a team that you can cheer for this weekend, or on Monday to be more specific, the Edmonton Stingers have their last regular season game coming up on Monday when the Winnipeg Sea Bears are in town. It's a 6 p.m. tip-off.
Pretty sure they're good.
Yes, I think both teams are quite good. Stingers are looking to lock down their home playoff dates. The game days are Edmonton's most affordable, family-friendly, fun experience. Tickets are just $20. Parking is free. Plus, there is a $5 food and beer menu. The tickets go to thestingers.ca. Also, I graduated in the same room.
So did I.
So there's a little bit of Liam history there for you.
Legend
yeah, if those walls could talk.
They'd say, Aaron, put down the flask. You don't need more. You don't need more. When I'm looking at Betway, though, for some bets, I said we were looking at basketball earlier. Team USA to win the Olympic gold in basketball, minus 556. Second best odds, Canada, plus 1,000.
Oh.
That is quite the discrepancy. That's 1,500 odd shift. And I'm going to hammer the Canadians.
The thing about Canada's group is they have got some tough customers to go up against. Let me pull up the exact group here. Basketball groups. But they play Australia. Pretty sure it's Australia, Greece, and there's one other one. Oh, here it is. Spain, Australia, and Greece. That is...
Spain good, Australia good, Greece.
Giannis. The other groups
and his brothers.
The other groups are Germany, France, and Brazil, and then United States, Serbia, Puerto Rico, and who's the other team in that group? I can't remember.
Sudan?
Oh yeah, South Sudan. So the Olympics is coming. Well, it's here. Some of it's already started. Canada's cheating.
And I can't wait for what scandals are going to come out of this. It's always
there's
good nonstop news cycle.
The doping thing right now too with China.
Yeah.
Where I believe in Tokyo, like supposedly had won a certain amount of gold medals or medals in general, and a bunch of those athletes were caught doping a certain thing. It was something like whatever drug they were taking, like got their heart rate pumping quicker, which allowed them to
get going
quicker. So that was kind of crazy.
Did you see yesterday Team Canada's bus broke down and all the skateboarders got out of the bus and just hopped on their skateboards and they were skateboarding through the streets?
Really? I did not see that. Cool.
They're all taking selfies like, screw it, it's a couple blocks away. We'll just go board over there.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Is there an event outside of like the regular ones of like swimming, track and field and stuff that you look forward to watching the most at the Olympics?
Volleyball, because I love volleyball.
Yeah,
I still play
and
volleyball.
It's an amazing, both men's and women's. It's incredible to see like the power they have and their ability to rally.
It's insane.
It's nuts.
On sand. I don't know if you've ever played beach. It's really hard. I also saw a cool video. It's like the volleyball court looks like Wimbledon, and then it just pans to the left, and the Eiffel Tower is like right outside of it.
Yeah.
I was like, that would distract me. I'm a volleyball guy. The one that I always, for some reason, laugh at when I watch it and I get kind of into it can be sailing sometimes. When they get like down the finish line and you're like, oh man,
interesting.
They're going. There's nothing you can do about it. That one's fun to yell at.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Rowing.
Yeah, I really do like the rowing. The rowing's actually like, it's pretty big in the UK. Like people really like to row. The skateboarding I watched in Tokyo, that was really fun. But the one I like,
cross is not in yet, but that will be my.
I like field hockey too. It's interesting. So field hockey, you can only use one side of your paddle. It's kind of a little crazy sport. But
I saw a highlight from field hockey the other day. The guy, it was just insane. I'm looking at all the sports they have for the Olympics. Wow.
It's getting kind of crazy.
Darts is in the Olympics?
No way.
That's what Betway is telling me right now.
Wow.
Or is that no? Maybe it's not Olympics. Maybe it's not Olympics. No, it can't be. No, it can't be.
Yeah,
no, it cannot be.
Synchronized swimming is crazy from Fighting Amish. Lance Kane said water polo is good. Sergeant Battle, I love watching handball and table tennis.
Yeah. Handball is pretty cool.
Indoor skydiving? That's not an event, is it?
You went to Sherwood Heights. Were you with all those handball kids that came out of there?
Yeah. My friend Greg.
That's a very Sherwood Park reference there.
Yeah. My friend Greg, shout out Greg. went and represented Canada in Iceland and Hungary. There's a bunch of other guys.
Parker Love.
My brother-in-law is also one of those people who did that. But he was a Scot, an ABJ Scot, not a Salisbury Sabre.
Facey Falcon. Woo!
Before we get to our guest, I quickly want to tell you about the Oilers Nation Golf Tournament. Mark your calendars because August 30th, it's time to dust off the clubs and hit the greens for the 7th annual Oilers Nation Golf Tournament presented by Oodle Noodle and Star Mechanical. Sign up and let's make this year's Oilers Nation Golf Tournament the best one yet. Don't miss out. August 30th, 8 a.m. shotgun. Be there or be square. Visit nationgear.ca to register today and see the course. And hey, if you just want to go play golf at Millwoods before then, get prepared. You can do that right now. Private club conditions for under $100. Greens are always immaculate. Relaxing driving range. Fully stocked pro shop with lots of local clothing lines. Be sure to follow them at Millwoods GC for some above average content. The gang over at Millie loves golf, but they love to laugh even more. You can book tee times at millwoodsgolfcourse.ca and click book online. They have it, folks.
Damn right.
So right
Shout
now,
out Millwoods.
Shout out Millwoods. Mainlander Tim, OLPH represents the off-our field. Yeah, that was the same. Knocking them down though, Tim. OLPH and Sherwood Heights. It's going down.
Nice.
Yeah, they're knocking them down and they're rebuilding them. I believe it's going to be one school at Lakeland and Holy Spirit. Kind of a shame. Pretty iconic. I don't know. Sherwood Heights. Shout out. Okay, let's get on to our interview with Erik Sabrowski and Tyler Yaremchuk. Star Mechanical, brought to you by Star Mechanical. Star Mechanical is one of Edmonton's biggest locally owned and operated plumbing and heating businesses. They've been working within the community for over 20 years, and many of the homes built in Edmonton over the last 2 decades have had their plumbing and heating systems installed by Star Mechanical. Visit them at starmechanical.ca to schedule an appointment and let them keep your home running smoothly. So you have it, folks. Thank you very much for watching today from Aaron and I. Tyler is back on Monday, so the 3 of us will be doing a show together for the first time in a while. But right now, you can enjoy this interview with Erik Sabrowski, and we will see you on Monday. Peace.
Continuing along with our summer interview series on the Star Mechanical guest line, Edmonton's #1 plumbing and heating company. You can check them out online, starmechanical.ca. You can check out this guy on the mound at the AAA level in the Cleveland Guardians organization, Edmonton product, Erik Sabrowski. Erik, appreciate you hopping on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you are. So I did some research here, and I don't know if you know this, but from the website, thebaseballcube.com, which basically aggregates any box score from as long as the majors and minors go back, you are just the 8th player born in Edmonton to ever reach the AAA level. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know.
It is.
There's a couple guys from around the area, like Mike Johnson, but other than that, that's only one. So I don't know who the other 6 are.
Yeah, there's a handful of, Albertans and, again, guys who aren't maybe officially listed as, like, born in Edmonton, but you're in a very elite group of ball players from our city who've made it to this level. My claim to fame, were we baseball teammates? We were hockey teammates once, right?
Definitely hockey.
I don't think I was ever good enough to play baseball with you.
In Bantam, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we might have been Bantam first year. We might have been teammates on a team there. But anyways, that's also my claim to fame, is that we were teammates. But anyways, you're a diehard Oilers fan. You're pitching at the AAA level right now. I want to know, knowing your love of the Oilers, how did you consume playoff games while you were also doing your job of being a pitcher? Were you like I'm not finding out the score, I'll PVR it and watch when I get home? Were you checking the phone immediately after the game? How'd it work?
First off, it was very stressful. The games are starting, we're in the Eastern time zone here, so games are starting at 8, 9, 10 p.m. I'm for some reason, I'm addicted to the live content, so I would try and follow the score throughout the game, and then whatever part the game was at, when my game was finished, I would flip it on. I think maybe just too many texts of how did that not go in, or I can't believe, X scored would have made it tough to, restart the game from scratch after my games.
Yeah, I can absolutely never do that. If I'm not like glued to my phone while the game's going on, I feel lost. Were there any other hockey fans on your team, or were there any guys when you were like stressed about the Oilers or whatever that were like raising an eyebrow, being like, "What are you so worried about?"
There was probably 3 or 4 guys actually with a future on the Oilers to win the cup, so they were riding and dying with me. One of my good buddies is actually a Panthers fan, so that made it tough. But I think there's a few hockey fans, and we would put the game on in the clubhouse after the game, and just watch it, whether it was the Oilers or any of the playoffs. Playoff hockey is actually pretty big down here, and whether someone has a rooting interest or not, they seem to enjoy it.
Wait, you made the jump from AA to AAA. You're obviously in Columbus now, and that is like a really good hockey community as well. I know the Blue Jackets haven't given the local fans at least much to cheer about, but there is a strong hockey culture down in Columbus. It's a good sports town. How have you been enjoying your time up in Columbus?
It's been good. AAA has definitely been a challenge. It's been a really fun year. It's been rewarding, and we're right now in the middle of the season. We're on the All-Star break, so we have a few days off, but we'll be back at it Friday, and looking forward to continuing some momentum that I and the team have had going into the break and finishing strong.
I was chatting with you before and saying, like, I kind of like to go track your box scores, see how you're pitching. And towards the end of your time in AA, it was kind of like, okay, every time I looked, it was like 1 2/3. You had 3 or 4 strikeouts. Did you kind of feel, did you start to get itchy? Like, okay, like I'm through this level. Like I'm ready for that next challenge?
Yes and no. I think I got called up on a Thursday. On the Tuesday, our pitching coordinator, so the guy who runs, pitching staffs in the minor leagues, he actually called me and told me to be patient and that it would probably be another month or so. So, I go from hearing it might be a month when I get called up to the very next night after a game. They told me I'm going up the next day. So it was exciting to get back up here, and I definitely made the most of my time in AA.
So yeah, that was actually kind of going to be my next question, was like, how aware are you of certain timelines? Obviously, I guess like you just said, things can kind of change on a dime there and flip. But like as you were moving through, like even coming into this year, did they outline anything of like, hey, go pitch well for 6-8 weeks there, then we'll look at it? Like how involved are you in that process?
Pretty uninvolved. It's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you don't really have control of. Fortunately, I had a pretty good relationship with the guy who's calling the shots, so I think he felt for me. That's why he, reached out with that phone call. But other than that, you don't know anything until you're told.
So for you, again, you're grinding through AAA right now. You mentioned it's been a bit of a challenge. What kind of things and what areas of your game do you feel like you need to sharpen up? What are you maybe still trying to add to the repertoire as you go through this level and try to find more success against, again, a way better group of hitters now?
I think your last point of the way better hitters has been the biggest adjustment, and something that I need to continue to work on. When you're in the lower levels of the minors, you never really face guys that had been at a higher level. Like if you're in AA, you don't really face guys who've been to AAA in the big leagues. Whereas when you're in AAA, I think we played Indianapolis last week, and they had their entire starting 9 all had at bats in the big leagues, and so those are guys that are more established hitters. They're older, they have a better idea of what they need to do to succeed, and they're also hungry. They want to get back up to the major leagues because no one wants to spend their entire career in the minors.
Yeah, I had Brad Malone on the show however many weeks ago it was, and he's obviously a guy who grinded through the American League, the ECHL, for a long time on the hockey side of things, and we got a chuckle out of you always see the things of like Robinson Cano wearing like a SpongeBob jersey because his rehab appearance just happened to coincide with like a wacky minor league promotion. Have you faced so far this season at AAA like a very famous hitter, a guy who is down on like a rehab stint, and you're kind of like, oh damn, like I'm going toe to toe with this guy right now?
I didn't get a chance to face him, but Toledo, Detroit's AAA team, had Javi Baez in the lineup a few times, and it's a guy who's not had as much success recently as he had at the start of his career, but still like being on the same field as a guy that I would watch on TV when I was a kid. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would also imagine for you, like you've been at it now for a handful of years, like during spring training, you would face a bunch of guys. Like if you were to go up against Tobias, like are there still jitters for you at this point facing a guy like that? Or have you kind of, I don't know if this is the right way to put it, but like gotten a bit of that out of your system now?
Yeah, it might be a bit of a harder response, but you can't let that affect you when you're on the mound. If you're sitting on the mound being like, oh man, this guy, has hit X amount of home runs in the big leagues, you're probably beat. It's, for me, it's really just a right-handed or a left-handed hitter, and I'm just trying to do my job of getting them out.
Again, we talked off the start, or I mentioned, what a small group of ball players from Edmonton who've been able to make it to the level you're at right now. And, I think sometimes being up here in Northern City, it can be tough to be like, okay, you were obviously talented the entire way, but like being noticed up here, I think can sometimes feel like a bit of a challenge. What's a piece of advice you would give to a kid right now who's maybe in a spot you were 10 years ago coming up through the system and, maybe having some concerns of like, okay, am I going to get noticed? Am I going to get looks from being up in a northern, maybe call it non-traditional baseball market?
Well, with being how far north we are and how short the baseball season is, we get way less at bats, way less innings pitched than guys who grow up in Georgia or places like that. And so I think the best thing you can do is take advantage of your winter, right? It doesn't have to be no baseball activity. There's plenty of facilities around where you can get good work in. You can get faster, you can get stronger, you can, take 1,000 swings off a tee and then you're 1,000 swings better, even if you don't want to go to, one of those facilities. There's always something you can do and just taking advantage of that downtime where, unfortunately we're not playing baseball outside like a lot of people are, but there's always something to do.
Was there a moment when you were coming up and I mean, hey, maybe it was minor league ball, maybe it wasn't until you were with the prospects, maybe it wasn't until you were in JUCO where you were like, okay, like I think I can do this. Like I think my stuff is good enough. Was not that you were ever not confident, but was there a moment or a stretch or a season where it kind of flipped for you where you were like, hey, this isn't a stretch for me to be thinking like I can one day be a major league pitcher?
Probably my second year of junior college. That's when the scouts started showing up and sitting behind home plate when I was pitching, and I had some solid success there. And I think just the fact that it wasn't a flash in the pan, it was 5, 6, 7, 8 outings in a row where I was holding my own for sure. That's when I was like, yeah, I definitely have a chance of playing professionally. And then, my idea of being an MLB pitcher, has kind of never really stopped. It's something I've dreamed about as a kid and some that I've always thought I was capable of, but I just, had to show it to myself.
It's interesting as well. I mean, we've talked before, but one thing that's been in the news, it was really in the news sort of pre-pandemic and it's continued to be, but it's kind of the way minor league players are treated at the MILB level. You're a guy who, again, your career started back in 2021, I believe, is when you first pitched professionally. Have you felt the quality of life improve? Have there actually been like substantial changes, or is that just something that gets thrown into the news every 3-4 months and then it gets pushed down and it doesn't come up again?
It's definitely gotten better. Our pay has increased greatly. The food we eat pre and post games has been a lot better in the last few years, and just there's been more of an emphasis on development, not just being baseball skills from the organization. Like there's language classes we can take. They have financial planning classes, things like that, where it seems like the organizations are a lot more invested in who we are as a person as well as a baseball player. And that's definitely been something that's come up in the last few years.
Are you a goal setter at all? Do you like set dates? Or you're like, I want to be doing this by this point. I want to, have this added to my game by this point. I want to be in the majors by this point. Do you ever kind of have those conversations with yourself?
Yes, but with less hard deadlines.
Okay.
It's just the idea of, you set the goal and if I, continue the hard work that I put in and continue to succeed, it will happen. But yeah, less hard deadlines.
All right, let's wrap this up with a little bit of hockey talk. Your favorite memory from this last playoff run here? I mean, we're still only a few weeks removed from the heartbreak of Game 7, but is there one moment from that run? Maybe it was a game you actually got to sit down and watch live front to start or something like that. Do you have kind of one memory that really sticks out from the run?
Oh, we beat Dallas in 5, right?
6.
6. Oh, shoot. Showing my great fandom there. Game 6. Just watching Game 6 coming down the stretch. I was able to find a Canadian feed. So just listening to the announcers. They really let the crowd go. It seems like these American broadcasts, they dumb down the fan noise. But on Sportsnet, they let the fan noise really pump in, and just hearing how happy everyone was in that stadium of just, we've goals not finished, but we've made it to the finals.
Yeah, that was, man, that was something, especially just, again, being in the building, seeing the way the city was after it was, that would also probably be my top memory as well. And then let's dig back. I've been asking everyone I've had on this interview series here, their favorite all-time Oiler, maybe first favorite Oiler. And what's your first ever Oilers memory from when you were a kid?
My favorite Oiler all time is probably Yaremchuk. He was the lone bright spot on some tough teams for a long time. There's the cliches of him going in against the corner against Rookier and getting his ass beat, but still skating away and playing as a skilled player when really he was the only skill, and in a time where that wasn't the norm. So just playing the game that he played, it was fun to watch. It was flashy. It was good, and he's definitely my favorite Oiler. And probably my first moment, I'm not sure what year it was, but we played Dallas in the playoffs in the early 2000s. And I was probably not more than 4 or 5. And I don't remember anything that happened in the game or anything like that, but just being in the arena and the buzz and, the excitement of my dad who brought me to the game, and just knowing that, something pretty cool was going on. I don't even know if we won or lost at that game, but just the excitement and the energy in there.
Yeah, that's similar to mine too. Like, I remember when my old man took me to Game 6 in 06, and I don't remember anything that happened during the game. I just remember the excitement before and the excitement after. I mean, whoa, this is crazy. So it's cool that we kind of have a similar story like that. All right, well, I'll let you go. I really appreciate your time. Bag Milk wanted me to tell you that next time you're in Edmonton, though, he doesn't even want to swing. He just wants to stand in a batter's box and feel what it's like for you to throw and whiz a couple by him.
I think we've been talking about this for a few years, so maybe this is the year we'll finally do it.
I think this is the year we'll finally do it. We'll turn it into some good content when you're back in town. But best of luck the rest of the way here with Columbus, and hopefully we get to see a call-up at some point. I will be personally very excited for you, and I'm sure everybody watching here would love to see an Edmonton boy pitching in the majors. So good luck the rest of the way, Erik.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching Oilers Nation Every Day. Hit the subscribe button to never miss a show. And for more, visit OilersNation.com.